What's up guys, Blade Master here with the second faction focus slash highlight in the Blade Balance mod. This is a set of videos to try and introduce players to the new mechanics in Blade Balance, especially after the New Year's changes, which really introduced a bunch of wholesale changes to the Blade Balance mod. This is another faction that's been heavily changed in the New Year's update. It's Suebi, and I'm fighting up against an AI opponent in the Bow AI, fighting in the map of Migdol, and there's a reason why I picked Migdol, and that's because that's the first change. Round Shield Swordsmen are one of the units that have been changed in the Suebi. I found that they didn't really have a place in the Suebi roster before in Vanilla Rome 2, and that's why I decided to give them guerrilla deployment. It's just a little thing that can that helps differentiate them from the Bloodsworn, who are mostly just better than them. So having this gives them a little tactical advantage, as well as improves them in terms of the in terms of the Suebi flavor of having semi-powerful units that can strike at you and that can hide very quickly, and they have guerrilla deployment and stuff. That's the first big change. The second big change is something that's affecting most, actually all factions that have access to archers. Let's take a look at the Kimbri bow. Kimbri bows, where are the Kimbri bows? I can just. So this is the Kimbri bows. As you can see, they have massive range now. All bows, except for the cheap ones. The cheap ones have 150 range, and the Hellenic archers have 150 range. But most of the archers have 175 range. The reason why I did this is because I found that, and many people complain that archers don't really have a place in Rome 2. And I sort of agree. You know, I like to bring a mix of slingers and archers, but even in competitive play, like the writing's on the wall, like no one brings archers, everyone brings slingers. So I wanted to kind of mix in a little bit of Attila mechanics here and just have archers that have longer range than slingers. Besides that, nothing's really changed except that Flaming Shot and Whistling Shot don't carry any range penalties to them. Again, to improve the versatility of archers, so they have kind of a more versatile role in affecting enemy morale. And also, Whistling Shot and Flaming Shot do not. Flaming Shot has a higher morale penalty. It has 5 extra morale penalty, which of course improves Suebi's chances of a successful fear rush by an exponential amount. The third big change, I'll come to that in just a second. Let me just reposition my army a little bit more. The third big change is in the Horse Runners. Let me just take a quick screenshot of these of the Horse Runners. They're a unit that we haven't seen in such a long time, and it's quite a shame because they are a very cool unit. They cost around 450 talents. The most expensive skirmisher for the Suebi, yet you see no one bringing them because they're just not useful. They have a decent base charge bonus, but besides that, you know, they get chopped down because they're light missile infantry, and they don't have, they have just standard health and stuff and very poor armor, if I recall correctly. Yeah, only 40 armor. They're not very useful, so that's why I decided to give them a massive boost by giving them frenzy. A lot of the elite tier skirmishers now have I wanted them to play kind of a quasi infantry role. Like after they fire their javelins, they can be like semi infantry units. So that's, to that extent, I've given units like these frenzy and stuff. So what I'm going to try and do is wait until the second phase of fast charge is activated, and then just try and charge in with my horse runners against this boy build. I'm bringing the Round Shield Swordsmen. They're going to help out. They have slightly higher mass, so they'll be able to withstand that charge from the mighty horse a bit more efficiently. And let's see, it doesn't look like second phase is popped yet. Oh, there we go. Let's charge in with the horse runners now, and let's try and see. Pop frenzy here, and pop. We don't have frenzy there. So with frenzy, horse runners get a fuck ton of damage on Celtic warriors, and the next big change, the horse runners do a decent bit of damage. We pop in Screech, which reduces enemy morale by like -15. You can see the Celtic warriors here with 115 men. They're already wavering. That's because I have scary units, you know, everywhere. Wolf Warriors also have the scare ability. And now these, I've used Flaming Shot, Whistling Shot at the same time, so you can see all sorts of morale debuffs going on. So Celtic Warriors are routing at around 93 men left. And let me just put this in slow motion just to show you guys a clearer picture of the morale debuffs that are going on. We have Hex Bearers that reduce enemy morale with their Screech by 15. We have a lot of morale debuffs due to proper charge-in that's leading to Sword Followers breaking. We have Whistling Shot that reduces enemy morale by like 10. And then we have Flaming Shot that reduces enemy morale by like 15. And then we have the awesome charge of the Horse Runners. So all of that can lead to a very effective Fear Rush from the Boya. Wolf Warriors here didn't use the Wolf Warriors here properly. But yeah, let's go ahead and press play. So those are the big changes to Suebi, and you know, it really helps a Suebi Fear Rush, and could make a Suebi Fear Rush very potent. I would like to see Trimalchio use you know, upgraded Suebi. They can be quite the force if Trimalchio gets his hands on them. He was doing really well with vanilla Suebi, and the Suebi and Blade Balance are a definite improvement over them. I want to get a good look at how the let me see if these guys can get a proper charge in on something. The Oathsworn are wavering and routing here. Let's see the Celtic Skirmishers. I want to see a proper Frenzy charge. So with Frenzy, the Horse Runners, just regular, you know, without any fast charge or anything, they have a 42 charge bonus. That's actually really good, because they have a great weapon damage. Weapon damage is only 5 armor penetrating, but great melee attack. You know, they don't have great melee defense, but it kind of fits in with the Suebi flavor and with their role. They are meant to just charge in and destroy a lot of units. So imagine if you can fire a lot of their ammunition first, and then get them to charge in. They can be just insanely effective, I think. Don't have the greatest morale though, only 40 morale. But at the end of the day, they don't cost too much. They only cost like 450 talents. So yeah, pretty cool unit. Lots of cool changes to the Suebi. Let's go ahead and attack this heavy horse here. Let me know what you guys think about these changes to the Suebi. Don't you can put them in the comments, but I will link something in the description of the video, and I'll put that as a comment as well. Go to the Blade Balance buddies, and I've made a bunch of discussion threads for each faction, and I really want you guys to post your comments there instead of the comments to the video. I mean, comments to the video are of course appreciated, but having them in the having comments in the discussion thread allows me to just sort through you know, the thoughts of people on the Suebi much more efficiently, because it's just all in one place. So yeah, that's this little Suebi faction focus for you guys. 3-4 changes, some pretty important ones in the Horse Runners and in the Flaming Shot / Whistling Shot / extended range of the Kimberly bows, and the Screech ability as well for the Hex Bearers is a very cool addition, which, because of the buffs to Flaming Shot, that automatically increases the usefulness of the Hex Bearers by a whole lot, because now making a Fear Rush is just so much more viable. And to that extent, having a unit like the Hex Bearers could really you know, improve your chances of getting a successful Fear Rush much more quickly. Along with the fact that now you have a semi-decent unit at just straight up frontal charging a lot of enemy units. Let's get another nice close-up of the Horse Runners charge. See here, they're charging into Levy Freeman. They were at 82 kills. They get around 101 kills in a matter of seconds. Of course, there's Whistling Shot being poured everywhere, and it's a pretty easy victory for the Suebi. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Suebi in the Blade Balance Buddies group and in the comments to this video. And hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Let me know if you do, and stay tuned for more. Peace.